first thing you should be willing to do in life, if you want to be successful in life and if you want to be happy in life, more importantly, you have to be vulnerable.
Absolutely.
You have to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
And you should be willing to get naked for scrutiny, and you should be willing to say, I don't give a damn what you think. It's what I think, because end of the day, it's not your life, it's my
My
life.
life. We're back after a short break. During the last few weeks, most of us experienced at personal level some sort of a loss or extremely difficult times. But what I believe we also gain is the power of unity, the power of voice, and the power of community in times where every single day seems to be a blessing. We still continue to survive one day at a time, but I'm hopeful this too shall pass and it'll get better soon. Moving along these lines, I wanted to talk to someone who could answer some of the most daunting questions we're all trying to figure at this time around life and career. Someone I really look up to in the professional world, one of the most loved CEOs in the media business, not just for his warm personality, but for the way he does business with humility, with absolute sharp focus, and is one of the best deal makers of our times. My guest today is someone who believes in living in the moment and spreading happiness. He is the former CEO of Viacom 18 and the founder of House of Cheer Network, Mr. Raj Nayak. In this segment, we talk about how to focus on personal well-being in the COVID and post-COVID era, how to handle mental blocks, negative news, and still get up every day to figure out life.
Wonderful. So nice to see you.
So nice to see you, sir. I am just particularly very, very excited about today's episode for a couple of reasons. One, we're recording after almost one month of a break because I didn't want to shoot episodes during the craziness that was happening. I didn't feel like, actually, I would say. Also, because it's you, I think it's nice to, I've worked with you for almost like last 8-10 years now, directly, indirectly, and it's nice to actually officiate a conversation and let other people know of the genius of who you are. And thirdly, you're the first male guest on this podcast.
Oh, that makes me feel very special. And just like
Yes.
you, I stopped my show as well, just because for the same reasons,
Yes.
And
Yes.
maybe now you're inspiring me to start it all over again.
Yes. I was just telling my producer also, there is something that, there's a high that you get when you start doing this, when you start talking to people. And it's like, concise learning in those 40-50 minutes of conversation, which otherwise you would do, through books or videos or anything else.
True.
At a personal level. So, welcome to Questions I Wanted to Ask. Thank you so much for coming today. This is I particularly wanted to start the newer, I won't say the new season, but I wanted to start after the break with you because I couldn't think of anybody else who could do this particular conversation with me. When I was thinking that what should I talk about in the first episode after this break, I couldn't think of a question which was particularly aimed at women or, just men. It is the world that we're living in, whether you're rich or poor, you're a male or a female, or you're a young man or a, older man. The world doesn't spare you at this point of time, which means the survival tricks, the tactics, probably become similar, right? Uh, so I think I have two sets of questions. One will be targeted at personal level and how you're managing, and a lot of them are, targeted towards professional, level. I'll start with the personal ones. How have you been?
Well, I've been fine. I would say, top of the world. Life has been good in the sense like it's how you look at it. I mean, like you said, it's the same for everybody, right? I mean, we are all in it together. So, but I've tried to stay positive, and I've last, it's almost a year and a half since I've stepped out of my house. I mean, who would have imagined if somebody told me that, Raj, sit at home, forget a month, even for a week, and you're not going to go out. Who would have believed that one would be able to do it? Yeah. And the fact is that we've all done it. And I mean, I had a little bit of a health issue in between. I had to do an angioplasty.
Oh God.
So
I
that
hope you're feeling better now.
yeah, perfectly better. In fact, I tell people now I've got a younger heart and I'm more cheerful. So that's the way I look at it. And yeah, so I've been great. It's as I would always the phrase I always use, which I always keep telling Anil Kapoor that in the movie, which is that movie that he did, On Top of the World. Uh, uh, I keep forgetting the name of the movie. I keep telling that you copied my line because that is something that I've been saying for the last. I don't even remember, but people who work with me will tell you for the last 25 years I've been using that line. Always on top of the world.
But you're I think I've seen you in the worst of stress situations at work, particularly work I'm talking about. Uh, you know, you've led one of the biggest media companies in the country, and you've always maintained a very, very, very calm demeanor. Whatever be the situation, no matter कितना ही बड़ा स्टार होगा, कितना ही बड़ा एक्टर होगा, सर आपके हमेशा एक स्माइल होता है, एंड आप 2 मिनट सोचोगे, उसके बाद जवाब दोगे. What is it that, like, I mean, this was actually supposed to be a question meant towards the end of the conversation, but sir, how do you manage to stay that calm during some of these most stressful situations you deal, especially at work?
I mean, this is a complaint not just that my wife has with me. I mean, like she's like, you never get worked up about anything. You don't get stressed about anything. How can you be so calm? And my way of looking at life has been, there is a problem and it's real. And you can't do anything about it, right? First, you have to acknowledge it and you have to accept it, saying that there is a problem.
Yeah.
You can't live in denial. If you live in denial, you can't wish it away. So you have to acknowledge that there is a problem. And then you start thinking of, okay, what are my options in front of me? How am I going to address this problem? And I think the moment you do that, everything, begins to sort of fall in place. And sometimes we get too worked out about a problem. Sometimes, and I'm not saying always, but in hindsight, you'll suddenly realize it wasn't such a big problem. Sometimes you sleep over
Most
it.
of the times.
Yeah, most of the times. And you get up next morning and you realize that it wasn't such a big problem, right? And thinking and talking, I mean, before replying, and this is something my father told me when I was young, he said, a slip of the tongue, a slip of the foot you can soon recover, a slip of the tongue you can never get over.
Yeah.
So I come from that school of thought. So it is important what you say, because words can be more harsher than even a sword, especially when you're talking to people. So you have to be very conscious about what you say, because you can end up hurting somebody, even if you may not genuinely mean it. And then saying sorry doesn't make sense, right? So if you can think before saying things, it's much wiser and better.
So, but I know being cheerful or being in a very, very calm manner is something that is part of you, right? But today, when all of us are struggling, this is something that I've struggled with at a personal level, wherein you don't want to get up in the morning and do anything. How does one navigate this situation? हम में से कुछ लोग काम कर रहे हैं, कुछ लोग नहीं कर रहे हैं, कुछ हाउसवाइफ्स हैं, कुछ घर से काम कर रहे हैं, कुछ एंटरप्रेन्योर्स हैं जो बुरी तरह से स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं, right? How do you push yourself to even get up and do that one thing?
It's not easy. I mean, I'll be lying. There will be moments when even I have not felt like getting up in the morning and doing work. I'll be lying if I said every day I've got up and said I've been chirpy. No. But you have to consciously make an effort. And I believe that you can make an effort. Again, like I said, to acknowledge it and say, this is what it is. I think first, that is the one line which I tell people to say, this is what it is. You acknowledge it. And you have to consciously make an effort to be cheerful and to be happy. And there are many ways of doing that, of being positive. Now, a lot of people attribute of being positive means you can't get upset. You have to turn a blind eye to everything that's happening around you. You can't get affected by all the happenings around you. The dead bodies in the Ganga. I mean, it can impact you, and it's okay to be, being positive and being cheerful doesn't mean you can't be sad. It doesn't mean you can't get upset. It doesn't mean you can't feel depressed. There's nothing wrong with it. You're human. And if you don't go through these emotions, there's something wrong with you. But in spite of all that, your mental framework and your mental attitude can be, I'll try and overcome this. I will try to address this to the best of my ability, because certain things you are not able to address. So what you're not able to address, there is no point in sweating over it, because you're never going to be able to address it, right? So what's the point of stressing over it? And sometimes we get anxious thinking about what may happen,
Yeah.
and you'll end up that it may never happen. So why think about it now, which may never happen? So don't start assuming things that this could happen. Leave it. When it happens, you will find a solution, or you will deal with it, because that's the way nature has made you. We all end up dealing with all kinds of situations, even with the uh, uh, you know uh, death in the family. I mean, we
Yeah.
end of the day we deal with it, because you don't have a choice, right? You don't
Yeah.
have a choice, so you have to deal with it. But there's no point about stressing about something that may never happen. Instead, you sit back and you say, okay, this is my situation today. How worse I am, how worse can I get? And suddenly, when you see people around you, you know, and then you'll suddenly realize how lucky you are. I would say today, just staying alive, being healthy, is having a roof over your head and just food on the table. I think is a blessing for many people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not saying everybody has it. Okay, I
Yeah.
mean, let's be honest. Not
Yeah.
everybody has privilege, but you will end up dealing with it. But even then, at every stage of your life, there will, and this is something again my mother used to tell me. She said, always look down. You'll realize how high you are. Today I
Yeah.
saw today I saw a very beautiful cartoon, and it showed two families actually. One, a struggling person. His child is hungry, crying for food, that kind of a scenario, a daily wage laborer maybe, or that kind of a scenario, that kind of a home. And then here the child is playing with the toy, complaining that can't go out to play. The husband is
Yeah.
on the computer, and the wife is saying, I haven't been on my holiday.
Yeah.
So it's all about context, and it's all about perspective.
Yeah. 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 But sir, are there any personal strategies or things, small things, and I'm not talking about the larger, bigger things which one would have gained out of experience, but are there smaller things which uh, you know younger people can adapt right now to be able to get through their days, to be able to, because हमें किसी को नहीं पता आज से 6 महीने बाद क्या होने वाला है. We don't know where our careers are going, where our personal lives are going. What are people who are waiting to get married, who are waiting to find jobs, people who are, maybe a lot of them don't have money beyond 3 months or 2 months, right? We don't know. And in all of this, there's a personal resistance. What are those small things that can help you, uh, uh,
See,
to kind of get through?
yeah, I
Are there
mean,
any?
there are many. I mean, there are many. I mean, you have to get up. I mean, I know it's easier said than done, but I think you have to get up and saying, how am I going to tackle this issue? What is it that I'm going to do? What is okay? And let's address money to start with, right?
Yes.
I've got money for the next 3 months, right? What will I do after 3 months, right? And it's not unusual. It can happen to me as well. Okay, my money may last for 1 year or 2 years, but somewhere the feeling that there is no income bothers you. It bothers you because you think
Absolutely.
that somewhere you're eating into your savings. And what if things don't turn around, right?
Yes.
Now you can get worried about it. The other way to look at it is saying, hey, thank God, at least I have something right now, right? Three
Yes.
months down the line, we will address it. I mean, things have worked out, and just close your eyes and look back at your career, your own career or your own journey. Majority of the time, you didn't know what you were going to do.
Yeah.
I can with conviction tell you, Anshu, that you had no clue one day you would be sitting and doing this live chat,
Absolutely. I mean,
right?
you've known me for so many years. You know that.
Never dreamt about it, right?
Yeah.
And this song, whoever wrote it, whenever they wrote it, K Sara Sara, whatever it will be the
Will
future
be.
stars.
Yeah.
And that's true not only for the pandemic period, it's always been true.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the thing is, first of all, live for today,
Yeah.
live for the moment, count your blessings, and then you can't just sit down and say things will pan out for itself. So sit down and say, okay, what can I do? How can I, is there something I can do which may either
Yes.
fetch me money? It shouldn't just be fetching money. Can it keep me occupied?
Yes.
Can I learn something? I know a lot of people have gone and, because a lot of universities have actually started giving free
Distance
courses,
learning.
yeah,
Yeah.
on various subjects. So I know
Yeah.
people who've taken advantage of it and said, okay, let me learn something new.
There's never been a better time to do these online courses than now.
And
Yeah.
and the other way of looking at it is think that this is probably the time where you can pursue some of your passion, whatever you
Yes.
wanted to do. This is a moment for you to experiment. This
Yes.
is the moment when you can do 20 things because nobody is judging you. In,
Yes.
in a normal routine, you're being judged.
Yes.
Today, nobody is judging you. Today, no matter what you do, nobody will, say, oh shit, why is she doing this? Or why is he doing that?
Even if they do, you shouldn't care actually.
It shouldn't care in normal
Yeah.
circumstances, but I'm saying it makes it that much more easier in a situation when nobody is judging you.
Yeah.
This is the moment for you to experiment and upskill yourself or try to do different things. And one of the things I think, a lot of people do is I used to do this and I used to do that. Now I can't be seen doing this.
Absolutely.
The first,
Yeah.
and like you said, Anshu, first thing you should be willing to do in life if you want to be successful in life and if you want to be happy in life, more importantly, you have to be vulnerable.
Absolutely.
You have to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
And you should be willing to get naked for scrutiny and you should be willing to say, I don't give a damn what you think. It's what I think because end of the day, it's not your life. It's my life.
My life.
Right?
Absolutely.
And I keep telling everybody, it's you can only love somebody or you can spread love or you can spread happiness is only when you have it. When you have it in abundance.
Yes.
So first you have to have self-love. You have to take care of yourself first.
Yeah.
Because only when you have it within you can you share it with others.
Absolutely.
If you don't have it, what are you going to share with others?
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
so that's what you should accumulate. Accumulate as much self-love and as much happiness within. And it always starts with you. You have to make that effort.
It's so interesting because for the last 5 days I've actually been reading a book about vulnerability and how how failure is not important. What is important is you get back. How you get back, when you get back doesn't matter. You get back and you just take that one step and say, okay, आज मैं उठूंगा, आज मैं करूंगा, आज मैं ये छोटी सी चीज करूंगी. And in fact, one of the things that's really helped me is I make a list of things and I say I actually cross them the way you would do at work, right? And it makes me feel okay. I've done something, even if it is cooking, because it's a work done. You are feeding your family.
Human beings are the most resilient creatures. One of the most resilient creatures, right?
Yeah.
And in spite of everything, we bounce back.
Yes.
We've even in this country, we've had a lot of disasters that we had, probably in different ways.
Yeah.
But we bounce back, right? And that's the human being.
I'm sure our country will bounce back this time also.
We will bounce back. Okay, I mean the world will bounce back. It's that's the human beings, like I said, are extremely resilient, and we will bounce back. And I like the thing that what you said about doing little things.
Yeah.
Like this, you put a little line, add a little line next day, and by the time you close your eyes, had you started it 1 year back, probably you would have covered a few kilometers by now with that little line, right?
Yeah.
And doing small steps actually is easy to do.
Yeah.
And anything that you do, because if I tell you, do 10 Surya Namaskars, you'll say, yaar, main se nahi hota hai. If I tell you, do एक सूर्य नमस्कार कर दे तू रोज, सिर्फ एक, ठीक है मैं कर दूंगा, right?
Yeah.
Do one. After some time you say, I'll do 2.
Yeah.
And then you keep increasing. I mean, I'm talking about anything that you do,
Yeah.
and they say that anything that you do for 40 days becomes
Becomes a habit.
okay. It becomes a habit. So most often it's that little things that you do,
Yeah.
and a lot of people will tell you to write books on gratitude, right? I say,
Journaling. Gratitude.
yeah, I'm not one of those who will say sit down and write your gratitude. I would rather
Yeah.
say just reflect on your day that went by,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and try to reflect all the good things that happened in that day.
Yeah.
And you will realize that in your worst day there will be some moments which were
Something.
fabulous,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it's all about trying to find the silver lining in the clouds.
Absolutely.
That's what it is.
Absolutely. This was the first part of our conversation. If you enjoyed listening to this, make sure you listen to the second part as well. Also, don't forget to like the video, comment down your favorite part, share this with everyone, and subscribe to the channel.